Jermaine Franklin, Anthony Joshua, this weekend, April Fool's Day. Yeah, April the 1st, 2023. In fact, this Saturday, Anthony Joshua, The New Dawn, and all the rest of it. Derek James and Anthony Joshua team up to hopefully defeat Jermaine Franklin. Listen, this is not a preview video to the fight, so don't get your hopes up. What this is something for you all to go back and look at. It's something I picked up watching interviews. I try not to watch interviews no more because the majority of them are full of BS. But anyway, this particular interview was interesting. We talk about our man, Jermaine Franklin on the camera. I say our man just because he's on the camera. So Jermaine Franklin I'm going to be talking about in this video. And that interview that was done, which I thought was like shock horror. I don't think I don't think I hear much. But, you know, let me know what you all think. I'm going to bring up the video and then you'll tell. No, I won't bring up the video, but I will just tell you where to look and then you can talk about it amongst yourselves. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the show. Okay, back with another one. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Again, welcome to BWTM Sports Gaming. Let's get straight in and let's see what people are saying. Is this an easy win for Joshua? Not getting into that conversation. Yes, it is. That's why they picked him. Definitely not getting into that conversation. Salute Ingram. Yes, we can have that conversation. And Jermaine Franklin's facial expression says it all. I'm not here to compete. I'm here to win. Yes. And it's, you know, I will say this again. You know, when Uncle Ingram speaks, it might take a few months. It might take a few years. It might even take a decade. But Uncle Ingram, when he makes his, not boxing predictions, but sort of business decisions, seasonal decisions, takes, when people think I'm a bit crazy. Remember when people thought I was crazy talking about the boxing league? I was talking about, yeah, there should be a boxing league. Older fighters coming back, exhibition bouts. What are we getting now, people? What are we getting now? And you called me crazy. Okay, I will make a statement. And I've been wanting to say this for years, but I didn't quite know how to say it. Matchroom are money makers, not matchmakers. Money makers, not matchmakers. You can get your watch by Ingram has predictions. You're funny. Matchroom, remember my words. Matchroom are money makers, not matchmakers. Matchroom have single-handedly destroyed the careers of up-and-coming prospects, good fighters, and potential pay-per-view stars. Matchroom, just to get a quick quid in. I am telling you this. Matchroom will put you in with King Kong and you just finished fighting like a cockroach, and Matchroom will throw you in against King Kong and say, dare to be great. And say, you know, if you don't take this fight, we can't promote you. That's the sort of rubbish and rubbish scripts that fighters who have either low self-esteem or fighters who are in it for the bag, but not in it for their own senses, right? I've said this over and over again. Up to yesterday, I was talking to a fighter, a well-known fighter. Not going to tell you who it is, but yeah, I still got that juice. And I've warned that fighter. Watch it, because you will get matched soon against somebody you can't beat. It's not about boxing. It's about making money for them. And yes, you will get paid on time. don't worry, you will get paid on time. You will get paid on time. Don't worry about that. You'll get paid on time. So you don't have to worry about your medical bills, or you don't have to worry about, them things. Because when you finish getting beaten up, at least you're going to get paid on time. So that's the one thing that's guaranteed with you. You might not get your career might not be managed. You might have a bit of a car crash career, but don't worry about that. You can be spending years training to become a world champion and dreaming to become a world champion. Don't worry about that. They'll shatter your dreams. But if you want to make money, make a bag, yeah, you're a prize fighter. Then, carry on, keep going. Keep watching what goes on with these fighters. Every single one. Like, they're not matchmakers. They are not matchmakers. I keep saying it. But anyway, let me get on the, let me get into what I've got to say here today. Because I saw this video, I thought, the man said that? Okay. Because LOL, we've been spoiled. Don't know what we did to get this, but I hope it do more of it. Hey, I finished all my exams now today. I'm going to tell you about my exams another day. But yeah, Ingram is back, he says. Matchroom issue is sometimes they don't build up fighters to prepare for the elite competition. If they sign with him, you will get an ass whooped, ready or not. Yeah, you will get an ass whooped. It's just a matter of, and there's one fighter that, anyway, I've got a little surprise for you. Just a little surprise. And yes, we will be talking to Uncle Bashir at some point today. So you can get into that. Oh, I just answered your question for you. Uncle Bashir will probably be on today. I was meant to talk to him last night, but I had 3 exams to do in about 4 hours. So yeah. But anyway, let me talk about this video. So I need to bring my guy back up on the screen because I like Jermaine Franklin, because when I told people Jermaine Franklin was a good fighter, people laughed at me. So I'll bring him up again. Jermaine Franklin, the guy that is from Boys to Men. No, I'm joking. But no, let's talk about Jermaine Franklin for a second. Why would you, as a promoter, look at a fighter in an interview and say to him, wow, I saw you the other day and you have a 6-pack. And the next line you say to him, or along the lines of, we really need this win. We really need this win. We really need this win. Did you just say that on camera? We really need this win. Which is just as bad as Tyson Fury when he says Usyk's a foreigner, and you can add along them lines, all them foreigners come over here to make money and take our jobs. You could put that line alongside Hearn's, we really need this win, alongside, well, if I pay you 500,000 more, which ain't nothing to me, you can fall over and Joshua can get the win. I mean, if you don't feel uncomfortable listening to that statement, we really need this win. Because they really do need this win. Because guess what? They messed up. They messed up way back when they took that fight of Andy Ruiz. And I warned you on this channel about the Andy Ruiz fight and the dangers of the Andy Ruiz fight. And Joshua's never been the same fighter since. I think when he tells you, he's not been the same fighter since that Andy Ruiz defeat. Never been the same fighter since. The comeback fight, yeah, sure. He beat Ruiz in a rematch in a fight that Ruiz was completely out of shape. And the zone people told me on the train, he will get the title back. And when he said it, the guy said it, my whole body shook. It was like, the energy was all off. Why would you build a stadium out in the Middle East for Joshua to lose? You wouldn't. So he becomes world champion again. The Pulev fight was a mixed bag. Pulev didn't look, to me, he didn't use the jab the way I thought he would. Joshua gets the win. The knockout was quite nice. And then we had the 2 Usyk fights. We should be beating the likes of Alexander Usyk. Excuse me? We should be beating the likes of Alexander. And then, not only that, let me go back and wind this tape back even further. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna save that for another video because I want to line this up. All I'm saying is this: Joshua may go out there and blast Franklin out of rounds. He may not blast Franklin out of round. He may get put on his ass. He may go on and beat Franklin over a points decision. I don't care. That's not what this video is about. The video is about how can a promoter be allowed to say things like, we need this win in such a way. I mean, it's well, anyway, maybe you say, oh, you're looking into it too much. Yeah, he'll be on today. He'll be on to, I don't know when yet. AJ wins as long as he don't get knocked out early or robbery or get decision. Pulev just wasn't Puleving that night. Ingram, keep cooking. Pulev should have been stopped round 3. It was a disgrace. Okay, sure. But I'm just saying, going back to things, I felt very uncomfortable listening to that. I don't listen to many interviews, but I already have apprehensions because I've said before, when the media are in bed with the promoter, I don't mean physically in bed with the promoter, but they are too close where they're asking questions not to piss the promoter off, or asking questions which they know the promoter, they're with the promoter and they're not doing the interview justice. So much so that Talk Sport is what's the word? Capitalizing on poor interviewing by people who actually have no business or no interest in scratching the back of a promoter. Their business is to report sport, all sport. So that's why Simon Jordan, whether you like him or not, is in a position to be able to ask us questions. And his show is one that people tune in to listen. Not so much Spencer Oliver, because I'm sad to say that Spencer seems to be, he seems to be a bit excited when he's around Anthony Joshua. And I guess he's an old boy from the boxing, went to the same boxing gym. So yeah. Anyway, it says here, Ingram, just saw a clip of yourself and Bashir doing pads. You've got some skills, my friend. Yeah, well, back in the day, I did one with Dylan White's trainer as well. I was back in the day. I also did one with the Irish head coach as well for the Ireland team, amateur team. Yeah, it was a few years back, and I was training with Barry Jones up in Wales, and I did some work in America as well. So, yeah. Hell, Ingram, sometimes they're even physically in bed with him. AJ hasn't won in years. Well, last time he won was against Pulev. So they badly need to win. What Hearn said was the truth. Never a true word that said, we need this win. Because if he doesn't win on Saturday night, if Joshua doesn't win on Saturday night, they need Joshua to win. They need Joshua to win big time. It's not good. So they need Joshua to win. So when you're saying that, Franklin's coming in looking lighter, looking in good shape, 6-pack, Joshua's come off 2 losses, the 2 losses against a guy that's smaller than Joshua. The guy he lost to before that was Andy Reese, a guy that was smaller than him as well. So previously he has lost to guys that have been smaller than him. Does that mean he's going to lose against Jermaine Franklin? It doesn't necessarily equate to that. All I'm saying is that interview and what he said there could not be further from the truth. Hearn said exactly what the state of affair is. They are desperate for a win. This is probably the most desperate there for a win since the Ruiz 2 fight. They're that desperate. Xavier Miller, what's he like? He's all right. Ingram, do you agree AJ beating Franklin won't do anything for his confidence when he faces Fury or Wilder? No. I mean, I'm going to talk about that in a moment. I'm going to talk about that in my next video anyway. So, yeah. You can't keep pushing a fighter as a stadium fighter if he doesn't win in the stadium, bro. AJ brings the numbers to boxing. So if he loses, boxing loses. Well, if he loses, Matchroom loses. DAZN loses. Yeah, when I saw him in Paz, I was like, yeah, the beast is coming back. We'll soon see you serious about unification. Yeah. I had a good trainer, man. I had a good trainer. I had some good trainers. Good trainers. Good trainers. Very good trainers. Ronnie Davis knew me well. Barry Jones we were gym mates, same gym together in Wales. Good times. Boxing doesn't lose if AJ loses. Oh, boxing don't lose if AJ loses. AJ isn't boxing, is it? I mean, I know Hearn would like to sell it as AJ's boxing, but AJ is not boxing. If AJ's boxing, there's a big problem. And again, if AJ loses Saturday, you might get a call to fly Joshua your call following week. You guys are funny. Ingram needs to step out. When is your live today, roughly? Don't want to miss it. I will drop it later on with Bashir. I'm just waiting to hear back from him. But yeah, go back and look at that video, look at that tape, and you tell me if that did not sound to you. I'm not trying to put words into people's mouths, but to me, personally, it did not sound cool the way Franklin was saying, I'm here to win. I'm here. And you know, there's a difference between a guy that's saying they're here to win and a guy that's about the business. And Franklin is not about the talk. Franklin literally believes he can beat Joshua. He believes he can beat Joshua. Clear threat. Whether he actually can beat Joshua, that's a different question altogether. But he's come with the intent to win against a guy who's lacking confidence. Let me talk about this in the next video. Anyway, so yeah, do check out that interview again. Let me know what you think. It's the part where I think, Hearn is talking in an interview, and Hearn is saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna when we knock this guy out," and then the interview turns around and says, he's just over there. Do you want to talk to him? And then Franklin comes into the interview, and Franklin saying, "Yeah, I'm looking to knock him out. I'm really looking to knock him on his ass." And then Hearn turns around and says to him, "Yeah, I looked at your six pack. I thought, wow." And then he went, "Yeah, we really need this win." You could literally, it came out of him. I'm like, okay, so we really need this win. Take this extra 500,000, or even take this million. Listen, I pay you off $1 million. That's a lot of money in US dollars. You can come again. You can get injured in the corner. You can fall over from an AJ punch. You could do what Charles Martin did. You can do that, and you can come again. It's not the first time it's happened. Let's remember Charles Martin, a guy who usually is quite tough. Yeah, JJ throws a 1-2 straight down the pipe, and Charles Martin falls over. This is the same Charles Martin who came into the arena with a pot noodle. So, I mean, come on. Boxing is at this point now where it's literally on its knees. It really is. And we don't need interviews like that. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to drop an AJ versus Franklin thoughts video next. This is BWTN Sports. And we will see you for the next one. See you soon.